Welcome to the Incurables. I'm Don Wildman. Lena Wolf was a happy girl from the Midwest, living a relatively normal life. Many considered her an exceptional young lady with great ambition and a gift for recognizing the benefits of hard work and dedication. She was always busy and enjoyed staying physically active. Then, suddenly, the vivacious teenager who couldn't wait to get to her next dance class wasn't able to get out of bed. Without explanation, Lena was overcome with debilitating fatigue. This was not simply the oft-seen rebellion of an overtaxed youngster. She literally could not lift her head from her pillow. Lena's parents were distraught about what was happening to their daughter, and Lena was terrified at what her life had become.
I had to pull out of school because I was unable to stand up enough to actually go to school.
The hardest thing was to see her sleeping her life away. And not because she wanted to, but because she physically couldn't even get up.
I felt really sheltered and depressed, really isolated from the world, from my friends.
I felt hopeless, like she was never going to get off the couch, she was never going to have a life. That, you know, what was I going to do 30 years from now and she's still laying on the couch? How am I going to take care of her?
I think it really hurt as far as the friends, because they don't understand what's going on, because you hardly understand what's going on. So they just kind of figure it's easier just not to be your friend.
Every time you get some little piece of information, you know, it's just like, okay, let's run with this and see what this does. And then your hopes just get dashed as it's not the answer, and she's awake even less and talking even less and not bubbly and not dancing.
I couldn't fight for myself, so it really came down to my parents to fight for me.
Fortunately, the Wolfs already had a strong support system in place. Kenny and Cindy were raising their 3 kids in Cleveland, and they had always been a tight-knit family. Her little sister idolized Lena, who aspired to become a prima ballerina. But during the 8th grade, Lena began to sense that things just weren't right. She wasn't her normal, exuberant self.
We didn't notice Lena's problems immediately because it was something that kind of came over time.
Every once in a while, I would faint for no real true reason. I think we just kind of blew it off as, you know, stress, or I was getting a cold.
It was just something that was very, very sporadic.
And then it just started becoming a real problem when I got into high school. I had a lot of mental fog, dizzy, blacking out, or, you know, losing your field of vision, getting like tunnel vision.
And so we went to the doctor hoping to find out why she was passing out so much.
My family physician generally contributed it from just due to growing up. It was just hard because they didn't have an answer for me of why I fainted.
Lena's doctors couldn't identify anything wrong with her. The dizziness and fainting episodes only increased, resulting in cruel gossip at Lena's school.
There was a lot of rumors went around that I was just skipping or I was dropping out.
At one point, you know, the high school even thought that she was on drugs. But you have a straight-A student here who's ultra-conservative, and it's like, you know, you're way off base.
The fainting and the missing school definitely started affecting my class work. It was very hard and embarrassing and nerve-wracking. I actually fainted in my biology class. It was very awkward, I guess, because, you know, you have a room full of kids looking at you.
Lena?
I remember it was really weird, that fainting time, because the first thing I remember when I wake up is blue hands in front of my face, and it took me the longest time to realize that the blue hands were a paramedic. My mother was actually told I wasn't allowed to come back to school until they knew what was wrong with me.